Hey everybody, how you doing on this crazy winter weekend? RK Stud with you once again, and of course another Robservation, wrestling news, practically, I guess we could say. Um, Hi Kit Kat. Anyway, yeah, we went to the LPW show last Saturday. Cold and chilly, so that might have stopped the people from coming out. There were, the usual LPW faithful. Um, Me, some of the special needs people, Mr. Fremont, Jay Cohen, Josh and Gail. Who else am I forgetting? Emma and her family. My buddy Maverick came out. And some others. And let's just review that show. We come up with, of course, an episode of The Bachelor Pad where Ben's talking for the new year and wants to team up with the Kenny Urban, so he calls Kenny out, and Kenny comes out with, I believe he comes out with Goose, if I remember right. But he wants to team up with him for to help him with the tag titles because they can't find Schwartzy. I know the real reason why Schwartzy wasn't there, but I won't go into it. Not my place to play. Well, all right. I was informed he was going to be there, but he was injured with a hammy, so he was trying it out, and it just was a no-go. So I'll let you know what happens during the tag match when that comes up. So then, of course, Ben said that they have a connection with Kenny. Out comes good old Tim Horner Jr., and they both want to know who Kenny's going to team with. Kenny's like, I want to team up with Schwartzy. But we can't find him. He's somewhere in Fremont. Kenny says he'll find him. So they left it at that, but then Boone suggested that him and Tim, or was it Tim suggested? I forget. I'll have to rewatch the show. But either way, they both suggested that they team up against Ox and Moonshine. And then we had some funny shenanigans going on because the music guy was busy working at the backstage lounge. And as he should, because that was pretty hopping for it also being a Saturday night in an NFL playoff game. Only exclusive to Peacock. Then we had our first match. Riley Reinhart or an IWR, because we'll do IWR stuff here too. Cody against the debuting Brian Mathias. That was a pretty good opening. They both worked their rear ends off. I'm impressed by Brian Mathias. There was some good arm drags. There was a nice power slam, which was really cool and surprising that Mathias actually won over Cody. Riley. However you want to say it. They confuse me. And then we go on to the tag title match. The Gator Busters, as they're now called. They change their name every 5 minutes. Against the Saint Brothers, but Chase just had wrist surgery, so he couldn't wrestle. So out comes Sam. I hope I'm saying this right. Al-Jami to team up with Corey against Kenny, and Kenny still couldn't find Schwartzy. So for most of the match, Kenny took them both teams on. And then, during the middle of the match, there was some type of argument going on between Corey, Saint, and Sam, and I'm like, Sam's trying to go for the win, and it got all convoluted from there. So then they fought outside and went around to the front lobby, to the side, which I didn't follow because I wanted to catch the rest of the match. Then in comes a Goose. And Goose helped Kenny with the win. Oh, that was fun. Then we hit intermission. Yeah, intermission, yeah. You were home. You were home with Mom and Aaron and Miko and Hissy and Fred. Then there was intermission and I got her water. And, the backstage lounge was pretty packed for the football game. And then we come back from intermission with good old Sam Beal. And Sam's been one of the ones that's been coming up lately that's been really impressing me with his work. And I should have said that too about Kenny, because Kenny has too. I mean, this is the 7th year of LPW. Kenny's been in the start, whether it be as a referee, whether as a wrestler, whether as the commish, part of the West Side Connection, or just the Kenny Urban. And let's see, we've had street team meetings where Kenny has showed up and wanted our feedback and stuff, and kept dogging him. Well, I didn't dog him, but I'm like, okay, it's just Kenny. But this past last year in April, with the Right for the Fight Battle Royal, and we had the 5 faces of Kenny, I started looking at Kenny in a different way. So now I'm a big Kenny Urban fan. I'm a big Sam Beal fan. So they both have worked their asses off. We'll get to them more in a little bit. Sam took on KJ Reynolds, who took his time. You heard me on the video from the match if you've watched it. Hurry up, we ain't got all night. Then he mouthed back to me, which is fine, which is what it was supposed to be. I mean, I'm not going to say wrestling's real when I'm 48 and I know how this thing kind of works. They had a pretty good back and forth match too, with Sam coming out on top. I mean, pretty good. And then we end up to the main event. Tim and Boone coming out to a JC song called The Posse Pad against Ox and Moonshine. It was pretty good fun, you know. If you watched the video of the match. Yeah. Poor Boone took the majority of the damage while Tim was out from an eye injury, and the little kids were checking on him and being doctors for him, which was hilarious. And shocker. A shocker. Yeah, I know. LPW, shockers. Wow. Ox and good old Moonshine got the win. Which is a good side, because these guys have been working as a power duo. I'm thinking sometime they're going to hit the tag titles from Kenny and whoever. Whether Schwartzy comes in or finally comes back from injury or some shenanigan type deal. So with that said, February 10th, next show LPW. Starring all your LPW people. Once I find out more who's going to be there, what sort of matches, certainly I'll let you know. Other shows for LPW for the year include March 9th and April 13th. And I'm sure Fight for Fremont will be out somewhere, out in town, somewhere on either on Front Street or the new amphitheater they're building kind of outside the Strand and the backstage lounge. Which is almost built already. Looks really nice. So I'm sure Fight for Fremont will be out sometime late June. Finally, since they didn't have one last year. Now then, update and more info on the IWR show. Yes, I've written it all down. It's going to be IWR Thursday, February 7th. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday because... No, wait a minute. No, it's Wednesday the 7th. I'm sorry. Why did I have it Thursday? Well, it's Wednesday, February 7th. At the Ottawa County Fairgrounds. East. Just a little way out of Oak Harbor. Not in Port Clinton. I don't know why they want to say Port Clinton for. Which is fine. No big deal. Let's see here. Ohio 163. Yeah, I've got east of Oak Harbor. VIP opens up at 6. General admission opens up at 7. Bell time for VIP is 6:30 with a match, which is going to be between the youngsters Martian Webb and Cody. So we'll get to see Martian Webb and Cody, and I think they wrestled before in LPW. Which I had that filmed, but dumb me, being blonde, I guess. Before I actually uploaded, I deleted it off my camera while it was in the middle of uploading, probably. Let's see. Other matches. We have more matches announced. Rohit versus Jake something. We have Myron Reed versus KJ Reynolds. So if I want to, I get to dog him again. Oh, KJ's a good kid. Young up-and-comer. Let's see. This was a VIP match. Sam Beal with Ox. Imagine. They were feuding with each other in LPW, but here they're kind of a deal. Sam's going to be taking on Karam with Johnny Bravo from TNA. Yeah. And this is when general admission comes up at 7, when you're allowed in. I believe the bell time for that is 7:30. Let's see. TNA star Trey Miguel versus top-notch Jason Hotch. Teacher versus student. Which, as I was at the LPW show, I was talking to my friends Josh and Gail and asked them if they'd heard about this. No, they didn't, so I showed them one of the postings from Facebook, and Josh is like reading and he's like, we have to go. And I said, okay, well, we'll be there. Because it's going to be my friend Heather's birthday. John and Beth has already purchased our tickets, so we have second row VIP for 20. But more on the tickets later on. Let's see. Buckeye Sam will be in action. Sam Aljami. Former LPW champ Nate Madsen will be taking on the Kenny Urban. Madman Fulton will be appearing. As will, because I just read a newspaper article, the Michigan Wolverine Warrior, Oh, gee. Okay, well, whoever that is. Okay, fine. And there's also going to be a ladies' match. But wrestling cards are subject to change. So we'll see what happens comes up. And of course, I know I shouldn't probably be mentioning this. It's probably not mine to say, but for those of you that are, because I went and asked IWR, this particular wrestler was indeed booked, but yes, Benjamin Boone will be there too. So, twice in a week since February 10th is probably the LPW show. We'll get to see some of these guys twice. And then in Extreme Rules, no holds barred type street fight, we will have Rhino against franchise Shane Douglas. Now, as for me, I've seen Shane Douglas once, but he only came out because he was injured, so he kind of announced the Chris Candido Lance Storm match from ECW Cleveland debut, 1998. So the wrestlers will all be out, so you can meet them, take pictures with them, get them to sign stuff, which is what I'm going to do with Shane, maybe Rhino. Buy some stuff. And if you still want tickets, go to www.purplepass.com/PC1. Front row VIP $25, all sold out. You got the second row, which is $20. Third row is $15. And just general admission is going to be $10. And as you all probably know me from my whole channel, I'm going to want to take matches for the show, from the show. At this point, I was only going to do 2, 3. We'll see what their rules allow. If they say something to me, fine. I get it. I understand. If not, I can actually see me getting most of the show for you guys. Because I'm let's see. Sam versus Karam's one of them. Nate Madsen versus Kenny is one of them. Rhino and Shane's one of them. Trey Miguel and Top Notch Jason Hodge is one of them. Sam, I might probably film, depending on who he's taking on. And Ben Boone. So that's 5, 6. With the ladies' match, 6, 7 matches. Oh boy. But I'm going to have fun, though. Like I said, we're going to have fun. My buddies John and Beth already got us all our tickets. So I know, that's an expense coming out. No big deal. It's my ticket money anyway. But it's for Heather's birthday, so Heather already knows they're getting the tickets. She already knows I'm going to buy for her dinner for her when we go to eat at Fort Ball Pizza Palace, the buffet. So it's going to be a fun time. I'm hoping to see some of the LPW fans there. Hoping to see the place packed inside the building it's going to be in and at the fairgrounds. This is their first time trying this. I suggest checking it out. All of you that are in the area, travel. If weather's your problem, I understand. If I find out any more news about the IWR show, I'll let you know. Or LPW, I'll let you know. But until then, safe travels. Stay inside, be warm. And if you go to the show where I'm at, we'll see you at the matches.